A warm welcome to the newsroom. I am Fidelia Aguncha. The federal government says it is cutting down the cost of governance by stopping non-critical and administrative capital spending, which includes the purchase of non-essential office vehicles. The plan of the government was contained in a document entitled What You Need to Know About the Nigeria Economic Sustainability Plan NESP by presidential spokesperson Femi Adesina. In the statement, Adesina said the NESP is seeking to expand the social investment programs (SIPs). He also adds that the plan offers opportunities for state governments to collaborate with the federal government on affordable mass housing, agriculture, off-grid and power projects. The federal government have urged all states in the country to domesticate the Child Rights Act in order to address the issue of child abuse in Nigeria, which have since been on the rise. Minister for Women Affairs Pauline Talon disclosed this while addressing State House correspondents at the end of the Federal Executive Council meeting in Abuja. Talon also revealed this while reeling out the successes recorded in the ministry in the last 8 months.
Issues and cultural problems that mitigate women's participation in the society, like harmful traditional practices. We are addressing child mutilation and also encouraging every state to domesticate the Child's Rights Act. That is mandatory for every state to adopt it in order to address issues affecting our children and their full participation in nation building. The VAPT Act too is another issue which we are battling with to ensure that every state domesticate the VAPT Act to address the issues of rape and gender-based violence. We have one parastatal under the ministry, which is the National Center for Women Development, headed by DG, and the ministry. That parastatal does a lot of training, research and documentation on issues that affect women, promoting women and engaging women in all kinds of training, artisanship, up to the graduation, and after graduation we empower them to settle down and run their own businesses.
And to politics, some members of the All Progressives Congress APC have announced plans to challenge the decision of the party's National Executive Council to dissolve the National Working Committee in court. Now, 18 members of the party loyal to suspended National Chairman Adams Oshomole described the National Executive Committee meeting attended by President Muhammadu Buhari on Thursday as illegal. In a statement signed by Hilary Etta and Waziri Bulama, the aggrieved party members said they were consulting their lawyers and other stakeholders on the legality of the dissolution of the NWC and other decisions taken at the NEC meeting. The National Executive Council of the APC on Thursday dissolved its National Working Committee following recommendations by President Muhammadu Buhari as a way forward in resolving the crisis party. The Nigerian media has been identified as a catalyst for the promotion of human rights and the reduction of human rights violations. Executive Secretary, National Human Rights Commission, Tony Ojukwu, said this during a media parley in Abuja. Ojukwu says the media is a dependable tool and its relevance should be better felt at a time when infringement on human rights spurred by impunity tends to hold sway. On his part, Chairman, Nigeria Union of Journalists, FCT Chapter, Emmanuel Ogbeche, called for an insurance package for journalists who stake their lives in line while on duty.
People don't know their rights. They don't know the avenues available to them. They don't know what to do. So we have a lot of work to do. And that work cannot be done without the media. The media is a major player in this matter. We must bring this information to the doorsteps of every Nigerian Not only in the cities of Abuja, Lagos, Kano, and Maiduguri. No. We need to bring it to the doorsteps of the people in the villages. Our radio stations, our television stations must keep hammering on this. We must recognize the fact that people who indulge in this are behaving abnormally, and that their character, their behavior will not lead to the formation of an egalitarian society.
There is no better forum for us to raise our concern on why there is that urgency for a media intervention fund. We have made the point, and we will reiterate it, that there is no reason why there should be an intervention fund for the creative industry and for the media that is critical to the sustenance of democracy, for the promotion and entrenchment of human rights, not to be so recognized by government. So we want to use your good offices to make this appeal once again, that the media needs to be built out.
The newsroom will continue in just a moment. Don't go away.
Corruption not in my country.
Hello? Yeah, I found your wallet in front of a supermarket. Meet me at Apple Junction. Yes, I'll be waiting for you.
Now we find out. Two of us.
Thank you very much, officer. You know, it's surprising that men like you still exist in the police force.
Yes, so...
Oh, yes.
This is just a token of my appreciation.
Oh, no. You don't need to do this. We're only doing our job.
Thank you very much. God bless you.
You're welcome.
Now I know police is really my friend.
Yes.
Friend. Hey. Okay, which came up with this one now? I don't understand.
You know your problem. You are greedy. I'm a policeman who is doing his job. All forms of corruption in the force. Not in my country.
Corruption not in my country.
Welcome back. Let's now look at the update on our COVID-19 coverage. Delta State Governor Ifeanyi Okowa and his entire family have embarked on a 14-day self-isolation. This is coming after one of his daughters tested positive for the novel coronavirus. Okowa's daughter's case was among the 106 positive cases announced in the state by the Nigeria Center for Disease Control on Thursday night. In a tweet on Friday, Okowa said his family would be isolating for the next 14 days in accordance with the laid-down health protocols. 167 Nigerians stranded in South Africa have returned to the country on Thursday. The Nigerians in Diaspora Commission (NIDCOM) said this on its official Twitter handle on Thursday. The tweet said the evacuees had tested negative to COVID-19 but will undergo the mandatory 14-day self-isolation in line with the guidelines from the Nigeria Center for Disease Control. The returnees arrived at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja, from Johannesburg at about 9:10 p.m. local time via Air Peace flight. We'll take a break here to bring you business stories and more. Welcome back. The federal government has announced plans to create and save about 5 million jobs from its post-COVID-19 economic recovery plans. In a statement, Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment Adeniyi Adebayo explained that 1.4 million jobs will be saved, with 40% of them in female-owned MSMEs and 10% in businesses belonging to people with special needs. He said the move is part of his ministry's input in playing a leading role in the federal government's delivery of real sector intervention of its economic sustainability plan in the wake of the global pandemic. At least 10 local aid workers have been kidnapped in southwest Niger near the border with Burkina Faso. Security sources and officials from the APIS, the non-governmental organization for which they worked, said the incident happened in Boussaï Bangu village on Wednesday. APIS is an NGO based in Niger that has been working with the UN World Food Programme during the coronavirus outbreak. The aid workers were abducted while they were distributing food items to villagers. It is not clear yet those behind the attack. 2 Nigerian track and field athletes have benefited from the World Athletics and the International Athletics Foundation's Welfare Fund. The Athletics Federation of Nigeria disclosed this in a press release signed by the director, Siminilayi Pepo, on Thursday, but it did not reveal the identity of the athletes. The funds were put in place by the WA and the IAF to support athletes who have met the entry standard and qualified for the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games during the coronavirus pandemic. According to the WA, athletes would be entitled to a maximum of $4,000 support per athlete. And that's the latest from the newsroom. Many thanks for joining. Bye for now.